Hi fellow Buddhas, how's things where you are? I hope life is treating you well. Thank you so much for all your comments since part 1. I love hearing from you, so please keep them coming. And thank you so much for all the love that you're sending. It really makes my heart soar to know the value I'm creating in your lives. So yeah, thank you so much. It means a great deal. So, did you watch part 1? If not, you can find it in the created playlist section on my channel. Just click on Basics of Buddhism videos and you'll find it there. If you did watch part 1, you might remember we spoke about what the Gohonzon actually is and what it represents. The Gohonzon is a graphic expression of the eternal law of the universe which, if we embrace it, enables us to reveal our enlightened potential from the depths of our own lives. And we also talked about why it's seen as a mirror image for our own lives. The key, as Nichiren stressed repeatedly, is to believe that we are perfectly endowed beings, that we can reveal our Buddha nature in our present form at any place and at any time. As Nichiren states, never seek this Gohonzon outside yourself. But what about its origins? How did it come about that we chant towards this scroll? We've already discussed that we don't need it to become happy because it's just a tool. So let's delve a bit deeper. From childhood, Nichiren Daishonin ignited within himself a powerful determination to rid the world of misery and lead people to lasting happiness. With this vow, he thoroughly studied the sutras and identified chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo as the practice that embodies the essence of Shakyamuni's teachings. In the course of propagating this practice, Nichiren overcame numerous harsh persecutions, including attempts on his life. And it wasn't just the Daishonin himself that met with such severe persecutions. A good deal of his followers were too, including a samurai retainer called Gongyo, who I talk about quite a lot in other videos. Also, his followers in the Atsuhara region were severely harassed too, and 20 farmers there were falsely arrested. And after extreme interrogation, with every one of them refusing to give up their faith in the Daishonin's teaching, 3 of them were eventually beheaded. So Nichiren first inscribed the Gohonzon in October 1279 so that we don't lose awareness of the life condition in our own lives. It's our permanent reminder of where Buddhahood lies, a reminder that true happiness lies within us, and we use the Gohonzon as our mirror image. The Daishonin revealed the Gohonzon to teach people of this limitless life force. With the Gohonzon as the clear mirror, we should develop confidence in the existence of this power of life in ourselves, in our friends, and in all people. To believe in the Gohonzon is to believe that all people are endowed with the life of the Buddha of limitless joy as a real potential. It's also a representation of the Daishonin's life, what he stood for, and how committed he was to revealing happiness for himself and others. In a previous video to mine, Reply to Kyoto, I say, I, Nichiren, have inscribed my life in Sumi ink, so believe in the Gohonzon with your whole heart. The Buddha's will is the Lotus Sutra, but the soul of Nichiren is nothing other than Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I think this is my favourite quote in this particular Gosho. I really feel Nichiren's compassion, his strong emotion. He didn't just doodle on some paper and then give it to his followers and say, there you go, that's something I've just doodled, chant in front of it. No, he poured his whole life into inscribing the Gohonzon. As we chant with the Gohonzon as our focus, we are reminded that the source of our enlightened potential is within our own lives, and we can draw it out and see it in our actions. The Gohonzon has been called a certificate of guarantee from Nichiren Daishonin to assure us that the Nam Myoho Renge Kyo that we chant will, without doubt, draw out our Buddhahood. Second president of the Soka Gakkai, Jose Toda, would sometimes refer to the Gohonzon as a machine for producing happiness. By this, he meant that people bring their sufferings, their problems and desires and chant about them in front of the Gohonzon. True story about a former SGI chapter leader of mine. He felt his boss was treating him very harshly, very badly, and started to feel anger towards him, and he hated his work as well. But that anger turned into rage and really overtook him. So he got guidance, and what do you think that guidance was? Yep, you guessed it. He was encouraged to chant for his boss's happiness. At first it didn't work. He was sitting at the Gohonzon shaking with rage and wanting his boss to die or get knocked over by a car. He really was that angry. But as he continued to chant for awful things to happen to his boss, slowly but surely, bit by bit, he changed. He had compassion for his boss, and over time, eventually they became friends. So we can take anything to the Gohonzon, even such negative stuff. In fact, isn't that the best place to be when you're feeling negative? I think so. Because, as my old chapter leader said, whatever we throw at the Gohonzon, only Buddhahood comes back. So to all of you who have so far shared your struggles with me, well, first of all, thank you so much. I feel very humble. Thank you. But secondly, please know that we can definitely turn anything around using Gohonzon. If you don't have Gohonzon yet, it's something I definitely would recommend, but only when the time is right for you. I will never forget receiving mine. It was November the 4th, 2007, and I will forever remember the emotion that I felt. It was definitely a sign of victory in my life. I can't really explain it any better than that, if I'm honest. I received it at Taplow Court here in the UK, and I remember walking in. I was ushered to the front row, and there were hundreds and hundreds of people there, all already chanting, and there was this huge Gohonzon, huge Butsudan, and I sat down. I thought, well, whilst I'm here, I'll do some chanting as well. And I'll never forget this. I put my water bottle down. I put my beads bag down, and my Gongyo book, and I picked up my beads and just rubbed them there. Started to take a deep breath, to chant, and then nothing came out. I just burst into tears. I felt such emotion. So whatever we bring to the Gohonzon, whether it be positive or negative, we can be assured that only Buddhahood comes back. Therefore, we can feel joy no matter what is going on in our lives. Let's end with a wonderful quote from SGI President Daisaku Ikeda. To chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is to praise most highly the Gohonzon that Nichiren Daishonin manifested. At the same time, it is to praise the Gohonzon in our own lives and to praise the world of Buddhahood within us. When the life of the world of Buddhahood is praised in this fashion, it becomes manifest. It is we who are calling forth our Buddhahood, and it is our Buddhahood that is being called forth. A great quote to end on. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. There are loads more of these videos to come, and please feel free to check out the ones already posted, Basics of Buddhism and Gosho videos. Take good care of yourselves. Until next time, happy chanting. But what about its oranges? What about its oranges? Yeah, and apples.